Piali, tell us more about your journey and background.
So, I actually started my career in journalism. I did my master's in communication, and then, I my first job was with the Times of India, and I spent a little over 5 years in journalism. I was a fashion journalist with the Times Group, and then a couple of other publications as well. And then, I decided to switch over to the brand side. India at that point was actually at the cusp of the digital revolution, and I think digital was just becoming like a big thing, and print publications were slowly but surely losing prominence at that point, and I decided to kind of move over to the brand side because my degree was in communication, and when you do a degree in communication, when you your master's in communication, you're actually exposed to all facets of communication, right? I mean, you do everything from advertising to PR to corp com to brand marketing to brand communication essentially, and to journalism and new media. So that's the entire spectrum that you covered as part of the course, and I didn't really want to get stuck doing just one thing. So I moved over to the brand side with Myntra, heading content for them. Launched three different video properties for Myntra, one of them being a very popular one called the Myntra Makeovers, which is still an ongoing property. Then post Myntra, there was I worked with Amazon, where also I set up social media for Amazon Fashion in India. And I was also part of the core team that put together the Amazon India Fashion Week. Post Amazon, I moved to the Publicis Group because I also wanted to do a stint in advertising, considering that's something that you're taught in your master's degree as well. And I hadn't ever worked in an agency. I was always on the client side. So I wanted to move to the agency side to understand the agency way of working and what really goes on inside the agency, the way the businesses are handled, the way accounts are managed, and so on. And with Publicis Group, I had this great opportunity to join them as their creative director slash somebody that would head the branch here in Bangalore, meaning looking after their accounts at Aditya Birla. So it was actually a part business, part creative role, where I was also responsible for all the accounts here. Some of the brands that I worked with there was Louis Philippe, Alan Solly, Peter England. Those were some of the brands. And then after my stint at Publicis, by then I had already spent almost 13 years in fashion. And I wanted to do 12 years in fashion, and I wanted to do something that was markedly different from fashion, because I realized that I was getting very typecast and I was getting pigeonholed into doing just one thing. And I also realized that I had a very narrow worldview, and my worldview was just about fashion and and everything that was happening in the industry. And that's when I decided to take the plunge and join Columbia Pacific Communities, which is the country's largest senior living community operator. It's a very, very new space. It's a very new space for me. It was a bold decision, I'd say, but looking back, I think it was a great decision, because I think the learning curve that I've had over the last 3 years here, I think I wouldn't have had that if I continued being in fashion. So yeah, that sort of sums up my 15 years in the industry.